Science Family Amusements in Millis, Massachusetts, and today is the first day of the 2023-2024 ACST season, and we're starting out with a doubleheader in the A division. And our bowlers today, from left to right, Jeremy Seaholm is bowling against Sean Taylor, and champion from last year, Justin Waters, is bowling against Chris Parkinson. It's going to be a doubleheader format. I guess Sean and Justin will be going first. So gentlemen, shake your hands, and the next ball is live. And I'm Dan Castle, shaking off a little rust from sitting out for the summer from any broadcasting. I'm running solo today, so we don't have a producer. I'm doing the whole thing. So no scoreboard today, but I will be keeping everybody up to date on the scoreboard, and I may even put the paper in front of the camera at some point. And we're ready to go. On lane 14 is Justin Waters, ready to throw his first ball of the 23-24 season. And here we go. Justin starts out with a head pin hit, and he's left with 4. Sean is off on the 2-pin. He's left with the 4 horsemen plus a 7-pin. Justin has the 4, 7, 9, 10. Lots of wood to play with there. And he's going for the left wood and just about takes it. Wood got blocked by another piece. Sean sends things flying, but he's left with a 7-10 split. Our format today, these bowlers are not head-to-head. They are in 2 separate matches. And Justin closes with a 9, and Sean with a 9 as well. They are bowling against their opponents. Justin's bowling against Chris Parkinson. Sean is bowling against Jeremy Seaholm. All 4 are among the top bowlers in Candlepin today. So you're in for a treat on this pair of matches. Justin, box 2. He's on the head pin, just misses a strike. He's left with a 10-pin. Justin picks up a split here, the 6, 7, 10 with some wood. We'll see how he plays that. The bowlers are bowling 5 boxes at a time, and then they switch to their opponent, and then after their both have completed their first 5 boxes, Justin with the first spare of the match. After they've completed their first 5 boxes, and Sean to the left of the 6-pin. After they've completed their first 5 boxes, they will switch lanes and go in the same order again. We'll be doing this back and forth for 5 games, and this is a scratch match. There's no handicap involved. The bowlers are awarded 2 points for each game of the 5 games they win, and 4 points for total. So there's a possible 14 points being awarded today toward the standings in the ACST A division. Justin puts 9 on a fill. Score correction. So he's at 27 after 2. Sean is at 17 after 2. Sean is left with a triangle of the 3, 5, 6, and Justin just has, looks like the 8-pin up there. And it's gone. Both bowlers make a mark. Justin is second in a row. Both Justin and Sean are bowling here out of Millis. Justin had a 127 average to finish the year, and Sean finished his season with a 121 average. Like I said, among the top Candlepin bowlers in the game today. And Justin puts 8 on his fill. He's left with the 4, 10, and Sean also puts 8 on the fill. So after 3 boxes, Sean's at 35, Justin's at 46. Justin has a difficult spare to make here. I don't know if the wood will help or not, but we'll see what he does. And he picks it up off the wall. What a shot that was. Beautiful spare, 3 in a row. And Sean goes a little to the left, misses everything. And picks up a 9. So after 4 boxes, Sean Taylor's at 44, and Justin Waters is at 56 plus a ball. All right, on the fill in box 5. Waters off on the 3-pin, just picks up 3 in the fill. And Sean is right on the head pin. a little too full and has a spread eagle plus an 8 pin. So Sean's at 59 after 4. Trying a tough spare here. And he's uncharacteristically off the head pin on that one. Just takes out everything but the head pin and the 6. Sean picks up 2, and he's left with 5 on the deck. Wants to clean up at least 3 or 4 of those. And Justin with an 8 box for a 67 half. And Sean with a disappointing 6 box for a 50 half. So now our home bowlers come up. Chris Parkinson on the right, Jeremy Seaholm on the left. 3 of these bowlers have been on world championship teams in recent years, including this year. Parkinson starts off on the head pin a little full, has the 2, 4, 7, and 6 pin. Jeremy off to the left, leaves a 4 horseman right. And Chris misses a spare, picks up 2 more. So he'll be open in the first box. And Jeremy a little full on the head pin, and he'll be open in the first box. And a 9 box for Chris Parkinson, matching Justin's 9 box in his first. And Jeremy picks up a 10. And Sean had a 9 in his first box. I have the scoreboard in view if you can see it. We'll keep you up to date on the scores. Chris drops 9. The 8 pin went, making the spare leave a little easier, just a 7. And Jeremy drops 9. He's left with just a 10 pin. And Parkinson very gently nudges that pin over, avoids the channel, and he has a spare, and Jeremy has a spare, matching spares in a second. So Chris matches Justin's spare that he had in a second. Justin put a 9 on that. And Parkinson puts 8 on his, so he's at 27 after 2. Jeremy on the head pin, but a little too much head pin, and he's got the spread eagle, so 24 after 2, but a 7 pin lead in completed boxes. Oh, and Chris Parkinson makes an awesome spare. Picks up that split off the wall, and Jeremy just about spares the spread eagle. According to Bob Lee's statistics, that's a 4% chance of getting that spare with the Class A bowlers. Tough spare to make. You almost saw it here. But he closes out with a 10, so after 3 boxes, Jeremy Seaholm is at 34, just 1 pin in completed box, behind Sean Taylor in completed boxes. And with that ball, that gives Chris 5 more, so he's at 42. He's only 4 pins down from Waters in completed boxes. Jeremy off on the 2 pin, he picks up 7. Parkinson shooting at the 4 horseman plus a 10 pin, and he goes wide, picks up the 10, but leaves the head pin. Jeremy's shooting at the 1, 6, 9, just gets the 9. And Parkinson looking to close out a 10 box, and he picks it up. So 52 after 4. He's down 7 pins from Waters, and Jeremy picks up a nice 10. He's tied in completed boxes with Sean. All right, Parkinson, box 5. Beautiful head pin shot. He's in the pocket, and late drops of 2 more, so he's got a bit of a break there. Only the 10 pin left. Jeremy's off on the 2 pin as well, but he's left with 5. And Parkinson misses the spare. Jeremy on the head pin, and everything but the 8 goes. That was a great shot. And Parkinson with a 10. At the halfway point in game 1, Justin Waters is at 67 to Chris Parkinson 62. And with that 10 box, Jeremy Seaholm is at 54 to Sean Taylor's 50. We'll switch lanes now, and the visiting bowlers will come up too. All 4 bowlers bowling out here out of Millis. We have a lot of ACST bowlers this year out of this house. Danny Finn's been doing a lot of promotion of this, and we've added a new division this year. So we have a lot of bowlers here. I've been doing it for 4 years. This is my 4th year myself, 4th or 5th year. And when I started a few years ago, we only had about 30 bowlers. Now we're about 130 bowlers. Parkinson, or Waters, with the first strike of the day. And Sean picks up just one of the 3 that was left on the deck. He's just got a split 2 to go for. He's going for one of them and has an 8 box. He got it. It went down late. Or no, he's going to call a foul on that one. It did come out of the gutter. So 58 after 6, and Justin is at 77 plus 2 balls. And Sean on the head pin. Spread eagle. 3rd one we've seen today. And Taylor, beautiful ball, but he's left with a 5 and a 7. So the first fill, and there we go. We see that 4% shot. Sean Taylor just spared the spread eagle with no wood. Beautifully done. Waters attempting to pick up the split. He has 8 in his fill, so he's at 85 after 6. And an 8 box for 93 after 7. Taylor's at 68 plus this ball. And he puts 7 on his spare for 75 after 7. And I'm logging into the Justin drops 9. And Taylor with another mark. 85 and a ball at the 8th box. Taylor looking to pick up the 6 pin for a spare. No problem. Spare in the 8th puts Taylor at 103 plus a ball. Taylor puts 9 on his spare. Puts him at 94 after 8 with just the 2 pin to shoot at. And Waters on his fill drops 9 too, and just the 5 pin standing, so 112 after 8. And Taylor picks up his 3rd mark in a row. And Waters picks up his 2nd, so both on spares in the 9th, coming into the 10th box to finish up the first string of a 5-string match for each one of them. Taylor is at 104 plus this ball. And Waters is at 122 plus a ball. And Taylor drops 7, gives him 111 through the 9th box. Taylor drops 9, or Waters drops 9, sorry about that. And that gives him 131 at the 9th box with just a 10 pin standing. Sean Taylor is shooting at the 6, 8, 10. I'm sorry, the 6, 4, 10. 4, 6, 10. And regardless, it didn't go. But Waters picks up his 3rd mark in a row. Taylor closes with a 9 box for a 120 game. And Justin Waters has a fill ball. He's a 141 plus this ball. And he's off on the 2 pin. He knew it as he released. Just 3 in the fill. So a 144 game for Justin Waters. Very nicely done. Justin had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Justin had 7 marks out of 10 boxes. Only 3 open boxes. Taylor had 1, 2, 3, 4. Taylor had 4 spares. All right, now on the right lane is Jeremy Seaholm. And Chris Parkinson on the left. And Jeremy started off with a head pin hit, and he's left with what I call the W leave, which is a spread eagle plus a 5. Looks like a W. And he tries to move things around, just picked up a few more. And Chris has the 3 and the 10 and picks it up clean for a spare in the 6. He's at 72 plus a ball. Jeremy attempting to clean that up, and he picks up 9, has a nice out on that. So that puts Jeremy at 63 after 6 boxes. So that gives him the lead in completed boxes by 5 pins, but he's up against 3 marks in a row. And he's on the head pin, and is it going to go? There it goes. There's a strike for Jeremy Seaholm. Perfect timing for that. Chris Parkinson just puts 3 on his fill, so he's at 75 after 6. He's down 10 pins in completed boxes. And full on the head pin. He's got 4 left. And I see my friend Rick Kimrowski's in Canada watching. Hello, Chris. Rick. Speaking of Chris, he finishes out with a 9 box for 84 after 7, down 9 in completed frames. All right, Jeremy on the strike fill. Going for 2 and just misses a double. Drops 9 in his first ball. He's left with the 3 pin only, or the 6 pin only, I'm sorry. Parkinson's on the head pin, but has a 7-10 split, some wood in the middle. Might help him. And Seaholm with a spare on strike. Waters made the wood move and the ball move, but neither one caught the pin. So he's open in the 8. And Jeremy's at 83 after 7. And after 7, Sean Taylor was at 75. So far he's matched 2 out of 3 of Sean's spares. Oh, sorry, buddy, I can't zoom in on this one. And Jeremy puts 7 in his spare for 100 after 8. And Chris drops 6. He's left with a 1, 2, 9, 10. Jeremy matches 3 spares. And Parkinson makes a great effort on that one, leaves a 9 pin. So Jeremy's at 110 plus a ball. And just a 9 for Chris. So Justin will take the first string. Mathematically, it's impossible for Chris to catch him. And Seaholm puts on a spread eagle on his spare. So he's at 114 after 9 to Sean's 111. Chris puts on a lemon drop, just picks up the 4 pin. And Seaholm makes a great effort in trying to pick up the spread eagle. Picks up all but the 6 and the 10. And Chris is off to the right. He's got the 1, 2, 7 left. And a 10 box for Jeremy Seaholm. Jeremy averages 119. And an 8 box for Chris Parkinson. Chris averages 122. So our first game is in the books. Justin Waters wins 144 to 109. And Jeremy Seaholm wins 123 to 120. So the first 2 points will go to Justin Waters and Jeremy Seaholm. All right, we're coming into game 2. And again, the first game, Jeremy Seaholm 123, Sean Taylor 120, Justin Waters 144 to Chris Parkinson 109. Lots of bowling left though. First ball, game 2. Waters in the pocket, but he's got a 7-10 split. And Taylor drops everything but the 7 pin, and there it goes. Never mind, it's a strike. It's a 9. It's a 9. No, it's a strike. So, strike in the first. Waters shooting at the 7-10 split clean. I know he was trying to take the 10 off the wall Now he's probably just going to pick up one pin as a safety. And 8 bucks for Waters. This afternoon we'll have another match here in the Class C bowlers. Will be Ryan Prouse versus Mike Smith, and we'll be here for that at 1 o'clock. All right, box 2, game 2. Justin Waters on the right. And he's just off on a 2-pin and
Still the same?
almost steals a strike, but he's left with just a head pin.
Crazy last couple of minutes, though.
Taylor on the head pin, drops 9 in his first fill ball.
So I originally got a quote. I'm like, hey, I get timber tested.
Both have 1 pin left for a spare attempt.
I mean, that's
Waters all over it, no doubt about that one.
Then I'm like, all right, you know what?
And Taylor misses his, so he'll be at 19 in the first box. Justin's 8 in his first box and 10 plus a fill in a second. And Taylor picks up the 10 box for 29 after 2.
I saw the second one, like, yeah, this is much better.
And Justin's at 18 plus his first ball.
I did my deck over. We got him from my wife's.
And we have some other ACST bowlers here doing a little practice and watching the match.
I didn't tell them right away.
Taylor on the head pin, takes out 8. Waters is also on the head pin and takes out 8. Ryan Prouse is here early for his match. We have Glenn Gill down in lane 1 doing some practice.
Okay, so yeah. Okay. Nice bid, Justin.
Waters makes a great effort trying to pick up the split, and Taylor misses to the left and will be hopefully open in the third box.
I mean, there's really nothing. I want to say back then it was probably 30.
And a 9 box for Justin Waters, 35 after 3. And a 10 for Sean Taylor for 39 after 3. Again, if you're just joining us, these bowlers are not going head-to-head. They are in separate matches. Justin Waters versus Chris Parkinson. Sean Taylor versus Jeremy Seaholm. All right, box 4. Taylor a little light in the pocket on the left. Drops 6. Taylor also drops 6. Waters, I mean. I don't know why I do that. I have trouble with names sometimes. I'm getting old. All right, so both have a 6 drop. Waters is on the 3, 5, 7, 10. No wood. Tries to catch it. Misses everything. Got an open box in the 4th. Taylor is on the banana split. 4, 6, 7, 10. Wood in the middle, and he tapped the wood that was hanging out there and hoping to take everything, but only 1 pin went, just a 6, so he's got 3 left. Taylor hoping to clean up this mess. Waters. And he picks up the 10. Beautifully done. He was hoping that was the second ball, but 10 box is good. And Sean Taylor picks up a 9 box for 48 after 4. Justin Waters is at 45 after 4.
So when the guy came over, I'm like, what do you think? He goes, yeah, we'll get
They're coming to box 5.
Ours is like 10 by 20.
Okay, you got like, that's like.
And Justin closes with a strike. Beautifully done.
Nice out, Justin.
Taylor drops 7. 1, 2, 7 is the lead. Hey, buddy, I love Toronto. I used to go to Toronto for work every 3 months. I had an office up there. Haven't been in a while. Was in Canada in last May with some friends. We visited Niagara. Sean Taylor misses a spare. And a 10 box. So at the half of game 2, Justin Waters is at 55 plus 2 balls for the fill. Sean Taylor's at 58. Our visiting bowlers will be joining us now. Chris Parkinson, who is bowling against Justin Waters.
I've heard of him.
Lane 14.
I heard.
And Jeremy Seaholm is coming up on lane 13. Jeremy Seaholm used to be the manager of this establishment. He's gone on to other things. Well known as
There you go, Chris.
great bowler, a good friend to all of us. And Chris drops 9 to start, picks up a spare in the first.
Good start, Chris.
So starts off the second game with a mark. Jeremy looking to pick up something on these and just missed the spare. He sent the pins flying in the right direction, but one went behind, one went ahead. And Jeremy picking up a 10 here. So he's down 9 early, but Sean was open the rest of the way through. Chris puts a disappointing 3 on that by hitting the 3 pin. Just went off the head pin. He's left the 4 horsemen left and a triangle in the back. Seaholm drops 9. Just the 10 pin. Parkinson puts a great effort on that one. He hit it in the right spot, I thought. Right in the 1-2 pocket, but only 2 went. He's got a bit of a mess still. 4, 7, 6, 9, 10. Seaholm just going for the single pin spare, picks it up. Puts him at 20 after 2, plus a ball. And Parkinson picks up just 2 more. Again, he was on his object, but didn't get the break he wanted. He's at 20 after 2, down 6 in completed boxes. Nice to see you, Ian, from PEI. Parkinson drops 8 off on the head pin. Off the head pin, he's left with a 1-3. Seaholm is on the head pin. Drops 8, puts 8 in his fill. Now he's at 28 after 2. That's only 1 pin under where Sean is at this stage of the game. And Chris misses a spare. Seaholm trying to move the 3 over to the 4 and not quite. And Parkinson has a 10 box for 30 after 3. He's down 5 pins in completed boxes. And Seaholm's also got a 10 box, and he's at 38 after 3. And he's down 1 pin to Sean Taylor's 39. But can you believe that? Parkinson puts it in a 1-2 pocket. Perfect. And that's Candlepin, gang. Jeremy Seaholm drops 8 on his ball. Parkinson's got a mess to play with. Trying to move the pins around. Picks up 3 more. Just a 5, 9, 10 left for him. And Seaholm trying to make another spare, and he gets it. Spare to 4th for Jeremy Seaholm. Parkinson closes out with a nice box. With a 9 box, I'm sorry. A nice shot on that. He's up against Waters' strike in the 5th. So he's at 39 after 4. Really wants a big mark here. He's on the head pin. Nice ball, didn't take out the 10. And Seaholm with a half Worcester left, just 2 in the fill. Puts him at 50 after 4, gives him a 2-pin lead in completed boxes. And Parkinson with a spare in the 5th, matching Justin Waters' strike in the 5th. Jeremy trying to spare the half Worcester, goes a little wide. And now just trying to get a clean up here. All right, and an 8 box for Jeremy Seaholm. So the 2 bowlers in the Taylor-Seaholm match are tied at the halfway point, and the home bowlers are coming up now. Justin Waters on the left, Sean Taylor on the right. And Sean Taylor is tied at the halfway point with Jeremy Seaholm at 58. Jeremy won the first game by 3 pins. And Taylor gets a 9 drop. Just a 10 pin left with Wood. Waters is on a strike. Picks up 8. His first fill ball. And Taylor's got the spare, no problem. Spare in the 6th for Sean Taylor. 68 plus a ball.
I swear that casino was
for data.
Waters misses everything to the left. He puts just 8 on the fill. That gives him 63 for the completed 5th box.
She'll be 25 in February. So she's my wife. She's my wife's daughter.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
And a 9 box. So 72 after 6 for Justin. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it.
We've been together since she was 2.
Yeah, I've got
Doesn't remember the time it
Bob,
was.
as you're relating.
I don't remember the time.
I grabbed my first webcam I found today because I haven't done this all summer, and I think I've got one of the wide-angle ones, which is kind of cool because it gives you the
So funny. My wife hates
full
it.
approach without a doubt. So that's not bad at all, but a little hard to focus in on the pins with this. So Taylor a spare in the 7th after putting 6 on a spare in the 6th.
Talking about it, I was like, hey, what?
So that gives him 84 plus a ball. And Waters only had 2 on his first ball, so now he's trying to pick up the mark and goes wide of the head pin. Five left.
Oh my god, yeah. It's worth the drive. I mean, it's only like another 25 minutes away. It's still worth the drive, but it all depends what you guys like to do.
She's more of a slots field broker.
And an 8-box for Justin Waters for 80 after 7.
The poker room is
And yeah, Bob, I am showing the full approaches on intentionally.
at the same time.
All of these bowlers have great form, and it's a pleasure to watch them. They're throwing at pretty good speeds too. Sean bounced that ball, but he was still at 36 miles an hour. Dropped 9 in his fill for 93 after 7.
Great steakhouse too as well.
That ball from Justin was at 35 miles an hour. So both throwing a fast ball, and Sean just got robbed of another spare. Wood deflected the ball. It was right on it.
Hey, you want to ask Sarah so she wants to go to the casino?
Justin is shooting at the 7 and the 8. We'll see if he uses a wood.
Let's invite her from dinner.
And he did. He capped it, though. I think he wanted to be more in the middle of it. And Taylor again got robbed by the wood, so a 9-box for him for 102 after 8. And Justin's one of the smoothest bowlers in the game. Picks up a 9. They both make full use of the approach.
I can't believe that he's already a freak.
And Taylor drops 8. He's in the pocket, and he's got a tough split here. 8 and a 10.
My wife said she was wait till she
Got to think about that one for a minute.
It's gonna fly by.
And Waters in his first ball in the 9th box. He's at 89 after 8. And that's a nice ball. And it's a strike. I was going to say it looked like a strike ball to me. Taylor trying to take it off the wall. Tough to do. That was how he read it as a shot and didn't go. He's got just one left.
And then now we're like
And a 10-box for Sean Taylor. 112 after 9.
excited over it. It's so much fun.
Pinning very well.
We just made it.
All right, Waters is on a strike. He's a little bit low on this game for him. He's at 99 plus 2 balls. Taylor coming up in box 10. Off on a 3-pin. Picks up just 4.
I know how I went to school.
Fortunately, she's
And Waters very close to a double. 8 in the first ball.
and her mother.
And Taylor just missed the head pin. So he'll be open in box 10.
That was terrible. Absolutely
Waters has a 7 and the 8 with some wood in front of the 7.
like, I just didn't. Where my wife was the exact.
And he picks up the 8. He was trying to clip that wood and take both. 9 and a fill. That gives him a 108 after 9. And Taylor closes out at 120 again. And Water closes out at 118.
Like the best of both worlds.
That's good.
So little down from his 144 in his last string. Left the door open a little for Parkinson. So Jeremy's coming up on the right against Sean, and they were tied at the 5th box, 58 each. He's going to need a couple marks to catch up with Sean here. Starts off with a head pin hit. Parkinson off on the 3, drops 6, so that gives him 55 at the half as that closes out the 5th box. Jeremy has the 4-7-10. He's on the wood, and that wood didn't take anything. And Parkinson's on his object pin too. Just gets 2 more. And a 7-box for Jeremy Seaholm. 9-box for Chris Parkinson. So at 6, Jeremy has a 65. He's down 9 pins in completed boxes from Sean Taylor's 74 at box 6. And Parkinson is doing a score correction here. And he's at 64, down 8 from Justin's completed boxes. All right, Jeremy's on the 2-pin. And drops 7. Chris is on the head pin, drops 7 too. He's left with a triangle on the right. Jeremy's got a 1-3-8. Tough lead, but he gets it, makes it look easy. Not a problem for Jeremy Seaholm to pick up that mark. Chris misses the object pin. So he's open in the 7th. Gets the 10, 74 after 7. He's keeping it fairly close to Justin. He's just down at 6 pins in completed boxes. Jeremy wants a big fill here and another. Goes off on the 3-pin. He's getting some late action. He's got 1, 2 more, so 6 in the fill. Chris. Parkinson drops a strike in the 8th box. So Jeremy's at 81 after 7. Down 12 in completed boxes, but Sean was open the rest of the way. That was strange. It looked like he hit it just right, and the ball just went dead. And it rolled off to the side and said, "It's not playing anymore. I'm not taking any more pins." I thought that was the shot. You see some weird stuff in this game sometimes, and Jeremy has a 9-box for 90 after 8. He's down 12. Still. All right, so he needs 30 pins to tie in these 2 boxes, and that's not going to help. That's a half Worcester left, just 2. Parkinson just misses a double. That pin went right in front of the 5, so 9 on his first ball. Puts him in the lead, in completed boxes anyway. Jeez, Jeremy is right where he wants to be on that. Parkinson misses a spare. So he's at 93 through completed boxes, but Justin had a strike in this box to put him at 108 after 9. And Jeremy misses everything, just 6. Parkinson with a 10-box for 103. He's going to need a spare to win this one. Jeremy can, but he's going to need some strikes here. He's at 96 after 9. And another half Worcester. Parkinson gets about as bad as you can get for this situation. A spread eagle. And we did see that spared a little bit ago. Seaholm makes a great effort to pick up that spare, but he didn't go, and Chris just put 3 more on, so Jeremy has 9 to finish with a 105 to Sean Taylor's 120, and Chris loses to Justin 118 to 112. So after 2 games, Justin Waters has 4 points, 2 points for each game, and the other match, they've split 2 and 2. And I'll give you the totals in a second. It's not up on the scoreboard. I was hoping we'd have the totals on the scoreboard today, but I have to do it by hand. So Justin Waters at 262, and Chris is at 221. So Justin has a pretty hefty lead right now, and Waters starts out with a strike in box 1 of game 3. And a matching strike from Sean Taylor. I think they're warmed up. And in our other match, it's 240 Sean Taylor to 228 from Jeremy Seaholm. So matching strikes for both these bowlers. Taylor off on a 3-pin, picks up just 6 in his, and I think they're copying each other right now because they've got the same lead, 1, 2, 4, and 10. The only difference being Waters has a little wood in his mix down there. he's off on the 2-pin, open in a second. And Taylor's also open in a second. They both have 8 in their fill, so 18 after 1 for both bowlers. And then Taylor makes a great effort to close it out with a 10. It's a 9, and, well, Waters, I'm sorry. Taylor has a 9 as well. Both bowlers 27 after 2. Coming into box 3 at game 3. Justin right on the head pin. Spread eagle plus a 9-pin, and Taylor right on the head pin too, and gets a strike. Matter of inches from those 2 leaves. I've seen this spared. I've spared it myself in the last season. But Justin didn't get it that time, just picks up 1 more. He wants to clean up with at least an 8 box out of this. And just picks up 1 more for a 5 box. That's not what he wanted to do. But he's on his object pins. And if he stays on his object pins, good things are going to happen. 32 after 3 for Justin Waters. 37 plus 2 balls for Sean Taylor. All right, box 4, game 3. Waters just out of the pocket. Drops 6. Taylor drops 6. He's left with a check mark on the right. Waters has the 1, 3, 6, and 8. Makeable spare, but not the easiest. And he's off on a 3-pin, takes everything but the head pin. And Taylor moves it around. He's on his object, but the 10 stays up. So both open in box 4. And a 10 box for Taylor, or for Waters. I did it again. I keep doing that. But know both these guys pretty well, and for some reason I keep doing it. I don't know what's wrong with me. 9 box for Sean Taylor, 55 after 4. Justin Waters at 42 after 4. And Waters is on the 3-pin, takes out 6. Taylor's in the 1-3 pocket. Takes out 8. Waters is just off the object there. That was close. And Taylor picks up a spare in the 5th for 65 plus a ball, a good half. 2 strikes and a spare. And Justin Waters picks up the 10 for 52 after 5. Now we get to see Chris Parkinson and Jeremy Seaholm come up. All right, Chris on the 3-pin. He's fortunate he didn't have a half Worcester right on that one. Jeremy on the head pin. And 7-10 split. Both of these bowlers are up against a strike and a first. Parkinson, great effort on that. He went on the inside trying to take it, and the randomness of the pins, it didn't take out the 8 and the 10. And Jeremy hit the wood as he wanted to, but it did nothing. Parkinson with a 9 box. Jeremy with an 8 box. So both bowlers down against their opponent so far, because both of their opponents had strike 8s in the first box. Parkinson's again on the 3-pin. Got some decent action, so he's got the 1, 2, 4, 8 with wood there that looks pretty makeable. Jeremy on the head pin. And Parkinson, no problem with that one. Jeremy's got the spread eagle minus the 2 pin. He's going for the 3. Great bid on that. He kicked over the 3 pin where he wanted to, but it went just behind the other 2. So that was really close. Hit it about as good as you can hit it. And there's a 10 box for Jeremy Seaholm. He's at 18 after 2. And Chris is in the pocket, throws a wonderful ball that looked like a strike ball. Took out 9, gives him 28 after 2. Jeremy's on a 3 pin, and he's got 3 and 2. 1, 2, 4, 6, 10. Parkinson got a wood there, and the wood does deflect the ball. I was thinking he had to get around that somehow. There wasn't much room to do it. Oh, again, Jeremy's right where he wants to be on that one, and everything goes but the 10 pin. Parkinson closes with a 10 box for 38 after 3. He's ahead of Justin by 6 pins in completed boxes. And Jeremy with a 10 box, he's at 28, and he's down in completed boxes. Parkinson throws a really good ball.
Come on, get out of there. Get out of there.
And he's got the back triangle on the right. Jeremy has Caleri. He's on the 3 pin. No problem. Chris Parkinson picks a spare on the 4th box, as does Jeremy Seaholm, who nicely picks up the Caleri. That time it went. He had the last 2 boxes pretty good efforts on spares, but they didn't go. In the fill ball, box 5 for Chris Parkinson. And that's a 9 drop. 57. Jeremy's also got a 9 drop. Is he going to get a 10? Nope. All right, so 9, that puts him at 47 after 5. He's up against a spare from Sean Taylor. And Parkinson has a second spare in a row for 67 and a ball after 5, and that's giving him a lead over Chris Parkinson. Jeremy has 9 for 56. So, well, he missed his spare. I'm sorry, that was a second ball. I'm going back and forth too much. All right, so there he is. It's a 10 box, 57 after 5. So far, Chris has chipped a little bit into Sean's 41 pin lead in a match. Into Justin's 41 pin lead. And Taylor currently has a 12 pin lead in completed games against Jeremy. He's trying to open that up a little bit. He's at 65 plus this ball. It's a spare foul. And it chipped off a little bit, but he still ended up with 8. 73 is his half. Waters, nice ball. Puts 8 to start. He's left with just a 6 and a 10. And Taylor, a little light on that pin. Does not pick up the 7. It'll be open in box 6.
You had a good half there. Chris, good half.
And Justin Waters picks up a spare and a 6. Taylor picks up a 10 box. So after 6 boxes, Sean Taylor's at 83. Justin Waters is 62 plus the ball. Trying to catch up with Chris Parkinson here in this game. Taylor drops it, but he gets a strike on that. Beautifully done. Right in a 1-3 pocket. Textbook strike. And Justin Waters matches it. Second time in this game they've had matching strikes. He was in the 1-2 pocket. So he came in on the Brooklyn side. Taylor looking for a double. And he put it in a 1-2 pocket that time. The first one was a 1-3 pocket. Picks up 7 in his first ball. He's got the 4, 7, and 6 pins. Don't know how that wood's going to help. Justin Waters looking for a double and gets 90% of one. It's left with just a 7 pin.
Ooh. Nice shot.
And Sean Taylor picks up a spare on strike. And Justin Waters has a spare on strike. I want to check the scoreboard up there, though. It's not picking up Justin's stuff. Yeah, it didn't read his first ball, so it made it look like he had a strike on the scoring, but it says 9 spare. But Chris Parkinson's fixing for him. All right, Taylor on a spare fill, just a 2. Half bush to right, gives him 115 in completed boxes through 8. And Waters looking to fill this. He's at 102 plus this ball. And again, they're playing copycat games. Both have a half bush to right, and Taylor just punched out 2 on the left. And Waters says, I don't really want to match you that time. Puts 9 in his strike for 104 after 8. And Sean had a very disappointing 5 box there for 120 after 9. Still a good game. And Waters puts up a 10 box. And again, Taylor has a 121 average, and so he's over his average a little bit right now. And Justin has a 127 average, so he's going to need a mark to get to his average. Well, there's a mark. That'll do it. That's his 3rd strike in this string.
Just do a triple strike.
He can.
Got it.
Waters is a very tough opponent. And Sean Taylor closes with a 10 box. So for the first time, he does not get a 120 in this game. He's got 120, 120, and 130. Waters is at 124 plus this ball, or 2 balls, and that's a double strike. That's his 4th strike in this string. So 2 strikes so far in the 10th. I bowled against Justin. I'm glad they haven't been videoed. I have beat him occasionally, very occasionally. Got a tough opponent, and he just keeps coming. And 1 pin shy of a triple. For a 29 box, 2 strikes and a 9. 143 for Justin Waters. And keep in mind, gang, that's off of a 52 half. So you just saw 91 half. Don't count Waters out until the last ball is thrown. So Chris has to contemplate that. In the meantime, Jeremy Seaholm is up on lane 14, drops 7 with his first ball. He has a 1-2-7 for the lead, and Chris Parkinson puts 8 on his spare on the 5th, so he closes the first half with 75. Wow. Again, Jeremy hits the spare leave as you think he should, and it just doesn't go. And a 10 box, 67 after 6. And Waters with a 9 box, so he's at 84 after 6. So he's up 12 in completed boxes, but he's up against a strike, spare, 10s, double strike 9. So he needs to mark. Jeremy with a strike. Parkinson with a strike ball, but he's left with a castle left. As you'll remember from last season, that's what we call a 4-5-7 or a 5-6-10. Bob Lee says it looks like a castle and a chess. So if you play chess, you know what I'm talking about. Plus, I get it a lot. And it upsets me because it's usually the result of a very, very good ball. You throw a ball in the pocket and you're left with one of those very, very difficult spares to make. Often there's a piece of wood in there, but not usually in a good position. Anyway, back to the action. Jeremy puts 7 on his first fill ball. And Parkinson, he threw a good ball, and it looked like he was going to have a nasty split to contend with, but he dropped 9, so got a break. And here comes Jeremy, and he gets it off the wall. And Parkinson with a spare. So Parkinson's at 104 plus a ball, so he'll slip ahead of Justin with any fill. But he's got that big 29 box in the 10th to contend with. Jeremy, first ball is a 9 in the fill. That puts him a 106 to Sean Taylor's 115 after 8. But Taylor was open the next 2 boxes, so Jeremy has an opening. Parkinson just put 3 on his fill. Has a spread eagle plus a 9 pin. Does not get it. In the meantime, Jeremy Seaholm picks up another spare, and that gives him 116 plus a ball in the 9th. He's got a chance to take the lead here. And Parkinson misses everything as a 6 box. That'll do it. Well, he can tie with a triple strike. So the most he can do is tie if he triples. Jeremy Seaholm with a strike. Slow motion strike there. That's a great comeback here. So that will give him game 3, even if he throws 2 gutter balls. Arkansas open in the 10th. But he wants to chip into that 12-pin lead that Sean left after game 2. And Parkinson with a 9 box for a 122 game. Good game, not enough. So Justin Waters will win game 3. He's won game 1 and 2. First fill ball for Jeremy is 6. He's got the 3, 4, 6, 10. And he gets 2 of them for an 8 fill. And that's a 134 or 144. 144. Bowlers are, I promised you a good match, some high scores, and we've got them. So in points right now, Waters has 6 to Parkinson 0. And Jeremy Seaholm now has 4 points to Sean Taylor's 2. I'll do the totals. Ryan's going to check my math here to make sure I don't screw it up. Justin Waters threw a 405 triple. And Chris Parkinson, a 343 triple. Sean Taylor, a 370 triple. And Jeremy Seaholm, 372. So Jeremy Seaholm has taken a 2-pin lead in a match after being down 12. And where are we at? 10, 6, 62 pin lead. So Justin has expanded his lead to 62. All right, we're starting off game 4 of 5. Waters starts with a spare on lane 14. And Taylor goes wild on that ball and has just a 9. Wow. And no, Paul, you didn't trademark that, and I know you're watching somewhere. And I know Paul did not trademark that, so I can say wow too. Wow. Just not too often.
If not, we'll donate $1 each to the wow.
Speak for yourself. This is Ryan Prouse on the side here watching with me, keeping my math straight. Sean puts a spare up in box 2. Taylor's got a strike. He's got 20 after 1, 30 after 2, plus 2 balls. And 2 to start. And Taylor puts 6 on his spare. That gives him 25 after 2. And I think you can see why Justin Waters was the A Division championship last season. Oh, no, exactly what you don't want to do on a strike. He put 2 in it. Went through that hole again. So he's at 32 after 2. He wants to just clean up as much as he can of this mess. And he takes out 7, and he says that's good as it gets. Both have a 7 box. 39 after 3 for Justin Waters and 32 after 3 for Sean Taylor. Both with disappointing 7 boxes. You don't see many of those out of these guys. All right, Waters. Another strike. And a half Worcester for Taylor. I haven't been keeping count this time. It's hard enough to do when you to keep on top of the commentary when you're by yourself. And so in a lot of matches we keep the strike spares, how many times you hit the object pin. So I'm not sure what we have. I know that after the recording's up, a lot of times Micah Imperato will come in with his sheet where he will calculate these off the video. So we don't have it yet, but you come back later and we'll probably have a sheet up that shows all that stuff. So when we're flying with a producer, we can cover a lot more stuff like that. Waters on a strike fill and a double strike for Justin. So in the first half of game 4, he's had 3 strikes, a spare, and a 7 box. So the 7 box doesn't look so bad anymore.
I think he had 4 for the first. I think he had 4 in the last string too.
Yeah, he put up 4 strikes in the last string. Oh, wow. Taylor shooting at the Caleri right, and the pin just does not pick up the 8, but he got it with the ball that time for a 50 half. So Taylor is at 50, and Justin Waters at 49, 59, 69, plus a couple more balls here. That's tough to face when you got that in front of you. But Parkinson's a great bowler. He's going to give it his all. I've seen him throw some huge games. In fact, what was it, 2 weeks ago, he threw a 192 in here in league, which is incredible. And last week I know he was in the 170s at least once. The house record that we know of is 194. It was held by Jake Cook. And both Parkinson and Taylor, or Waters, in recent weeks have thrown 192s over the summer. So in his first box, Chris has an 8, and Jeremy threw a spare on that 7-pin drop. And Parkinson, again, he's full on the head pin. There's no forgiveness for that here. Spread eagle minus a 10. And Jeremy puts 9 on his fill. Nice 9. Broke up the split. Parkinson trying to cut one over. Tough to do with that leave, but he picked up the 3. So Jeremy has 19 after 1 with just a 7-pin, some wood there that's not at the greatest angle. I think he's got to go direct at the pin. Now he tried to helicopter it. Didn't go. And Parkinson with a 9 box, so he's a 17 after 2. To Waters 32. He's got to throw some strikes here to have a hope of catching up. There it is. Jeremy picks up a 10-29 after 2. 4-pin lead over Taylor's 25 after 2, and then Taylor was open the rest of the way. It's Parkinson. That looked like a strike ball to me. Jeez. Just 8. And there's a strike for Jeremy Seaholm. That was a bomb. Chris's ball tailed off a little, did not pick up the 4, so he's open in the 3rd box. Just a 4-pin left. And a 9 box. 26 after 3. He's down 13 in completed boxes, but he's up against the double strike now. So this is going to be... He's really got to get on his game here. He's throwing on a head pin, but he's getting punch outs. Again, it's right on the head pin, just full. Jeremy looking for a double here. It's 9 on it and broke up the 7-10 split. Parkinson trying to spare a spread eagle. Jeremy trying to put a spare on strike. No problem.
Got it.
That gives him 49 after 3. And Parkinson with a 6 box, 32 after 4. Wants a big box here to sit down on. He's down 62 in the match. He needs to really get going here. He's definitely on the head pin that time, and wasn't as full. He's got the 3-7 split. He's got some wood there. I don't know if it'll help. It might. Oh, he tried to take the wood off the wall. It went in the right direction, but didn't catch it. Open in the 5th. Seaholm. 6 in his spare. 5 in his spare. Did not get a spare in the 5th.
Okay.
So Parkinson sits down with a 42 half. And Seaholm has a 74 half. He's got a 24 pin lead through 5 in game 4. So in the match, he's up 2 pins in the first 3 games, but he's opening up a little bit. However, don't count Sean Taylor out because he can whip your butt sometimes. He's a powerful bowler. Been watching these guys bowl for many years. Justin, Sean, and Jeremy all bowled in Natick at Fairway, where I used to bowl. We were all in the same leagues there. So we've been many years seeing these guys bowl. Taylor with a spare in the 6th. Waters, 7 on his first fill ball. He's got the castle right with favorable wood, and the 10 does not go. So filling that double strike up, he's at 66 at 485 through 5. And a 10 box gives him 95 through 6, so he's got a commanding lead in this game. He's doubled Parkinson's half. Taylor puts 9 on his fill for 69 after 6, trying to catch up with Jeremy, who's 24 pins ahead after 5. And Waters with another strike. That's his 4th strike in this string. He's found that pocket. And when Justin finds his strike ball, watch out. Pins are going to fly. Taylor, disappointing 9 box for him. He had a good spare opportunity there. Hang on a second for him to clear the gutter. And when we're clearing the gutter, we try not to pick up a pin, but he did, so he needs a reset. So for those of you who are not familiar with watching Candlepin, we are not to throw a first ball when there's a pin in the gutter. We want the channels to be clear. So if one is missed by the sweep, then it needs to be cleared by the bowler. Taylor, first ball in box 8, and he slapped the 3 pin and took out 5. He's got the 1, 2, 4, 8, and 10. And Waters going for another strike attempt. He's on the head pin, but took out 5 only. Taylor with a beautiful spare in box 8. Waters with the spread eagle minus the 2 pin. Picks up just 1. Is it going to be 2? 3? Nope, 2. 3. Okay. So he picked up 3 more. Did not get a spare, but that opened a chance for that affected his fill. And a 10 box. So he had 8 in the fill. So Chris is going to correct the score here for him. There we go. So he's at 113 after a 7, 123 after 8. Taylor puts 6 on his spare. Waters on the head pin. He's left the castle right. Left. I'm sorry. I can't tell my left from right, and I can't keep the bowler straight. Maybe I should retire. I don't know. All right. Taylor goes wide, misses everything. Justin's got favorable wood on that left-handed castle. And there it goes. Spare in the 9th. And Taylor makes a great effort on that and gets an 8 box. He's at 102 after 9.
How many warm-ups did you throw there, Ryan?
Oh, that's for
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you.
Oh, okay, good.
What they got for marks.
Okay. So Ryan Prowse is here helping me out. Lord knows I need all the help I can get. And Sean Taylor drops a strike in the 10th. Justin Waters puts 7 on his fill. He's at 140 after 9. This will be his highest game so far. He's putting on a show. Makes a great effort to get that spare. He puts just 2 more, so he'll be open at box 10. He's at 149, possible 150 if he gets this ball. His pin. And he misses, so it's a 149 string for Justin Waters. Taylor filling up the strike in the 10th. And Taylor puts a strike on spare to end up with a 122 game. Very consistent today. So far, Sean Taylor's had 120, 120, 130, 122. Very good bowling. Justin Waters, phenomenal bowling. 144, 118, 143, and a 149 for a 554 after 4. So, putting the pressure on Parkinson, that's for sure. All right, Jeremy comes up off of a 74 first half. And Chris Parkinson has a strike.
There you go, Chris.
That's what he wants to do. Good way to open. And Jeremy comes in late on a head pin, but picks up the spare. The 4 horseman left plus a 10 pin is an 84 plus a ball after 6. He's in a good position here. Jeremy puts 5 on his fill. He's got the Cleary left. That gives him 89 after 6. Jeremy's throwing about a 30-mile-an-hour ball. Parkinson's throwing about a 31-mile-an-hour ball. All these guys in the 30s. And another spare for Seaholm. He's on fire. And Parkinson picks up a spare on strike. And so after 6, he's a 62. He's a 72 plus a ball in 7. Seaholm's a 99 plus a ball after 7. Chris, if he marks out, has a shot. Seaholm puts on 4 in the fill. 103 after 7. Parkinson puts 7 on his fill, so 79 after 7. Trying to play catch up here. Seaholm, ball tails off, just picks up a couple more. Parkinson put in a great effort on that split. He's open.
What time's your match?
1 o'clock.
All right.
Not for a while. You want to grab some lunch after this? Or? Okay.
And a 7 box for Seaholm for 110 after 8, and a 9 box for Parkinson for 88 after 8. 2 boxes to go in game 4. Parkinson needs to strike out. And that's a 9 drop. It looked like a strike ball. Beautiful ball. I think that'll do it. Seaholm dropped 5 on his first ball. He's got the 1, 3, 8, 9, 10. Everything. Oh, there goes the 8. Spare in the 9th for Jeremy Seaholm, and a 10 in the 9th for Chris Parkinson. Parkinson's at 98 plus a ball. Seaholm is at 120 plus a ball. He'll win game 4. On the fill ball, box 10. Seaholm drops 7. And Chris is on the head pin, but it's another spread eagle for him. 102 after 9, and Seaholm's at 127 after 9, and he's won game 4. And just misses a spare. And Parkinson gets half the spread eagle. Jeremy with a 10 bucks for a 137 game. Parkinson with a 7 bucks for a 109 game. And one game left to bowl here. And in the points right now, Seaholm has 6 points to Sean Taylor's 2. And Waters has 8 points to Parkinson's 0. So Waters will win the match. It's just a matter of whether he has 8, 10, or 12. Or it's 8, 10, 14, 12, whatever. Somewhere. But there's only 14 awarded, so if you want 8, you got that. So I'll get the totals here. Sean Taylor with 492 for 4 games. And Jeremy Seaholm with 509 for 4 games. And that gives him 17-pin lead. On the Waters-Parkinson match, Waters is at 504 and Parkinson at 452 for 4.
550. Is that 504?
Oh yeah, I'm adding these. Hang on a second. No, this is right. 405 for 3.
No, you said 504. 554.
554. Okay, I'm reading it. Well, that was the total after the third game, so it's still accurate. Oh my goodness, this aging is not doing me any good here. And Parkinson's at 452, a very respectable score. But that gives Justin Waters a 102-pin lead. So first box, game 5. Waters with a 9 box. Chris Taylor, Sean Taylor. All right, now I'm mixing up Chris and Sean. That's great. With a spare 4. Waters has 3 and 2. Spread eagle minus the 2-pin. And he's giving it a bid. Doesn't quite cover it. Taylor picks up everything but the 5-pin. And a 9 box for Taylor. Looks like a 10. 10 box. 10 bucks for Taylor, 9 bucks for Waters. I got them backwards. Let me get a drink here. Good Lord. So last season in the ACST, Justin Waters won every match, including all the playoff matches in the championship round. He has yet to lose a match in the last year anyway. So strike for Waters. Do you have count of strikes so far?
Yeah, Justin's well now with that, that's 11 strikes.
11 strikes.
So far in this match.
In 4 games and 3 boxes. Taylor misses a spare. Just a head pin standing. And a 10 box for Sean Taylor with 34 after 3. Justin Waters at 38 plus 2 balls. When he gets a strike, it's most of the time there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
You can feel him from here. Now, how about another one? Another double.
I mean, the pins just fall so quickly. As soon as that ball hits the pin, it's amazing.
It makes it look easy.
Yes, he does.
We haven't seen a triple yet, but we've seen a couple of doubles.
Another impressive stat is Jeremy's got 16 spares so far, too.
16 spares out of 40 boxes.
Jeremy, that's very impressive.
That's awesome.
That is.
That's
And
for
Sean-
Seaholm.
Sean's got 12, too. Chris has 11.
Yeah, that's
So impressive.
yeah. Both those bowlers are. Yeah, Parkinson's got 11 marks.
Parkinson has 11 spares right now, too. Just the marks are there. Between these 2 matches. Very impressive. Trips. Oh.
Just misses a triple again. And that was his 3rd double, Bob. You're right. Bob Lee commented it. That was his 3rd double.
Yeah. Yeah, they had there. Yeah.
Waters or Parkinson or Taylor, one of these guys, just missed a strike. All right, and a spare on double strike for Justin Waters puts him at 76 plus a ball. Hey, it's not just the bowlers I have trouble with. I have to go through the list of kids and pets in my house. So
I hear you.
my granddaughter's always yelling at me like, I'm not my mom. I'm not my aunt. I'll get there. I'll get the name right eventually. I don't know what it is.
So, this is what Candlepin bowling is about. Watching the matches. This is pretty much what the rest of us strive for too.
And Parkinson starts out with another split, and Jeremy starts out with a strike. He's going for the 7-10 split, and he gets it. Beautifully done by Chris
Nice
Parkinson.
shot.
That's typical of a lot of shots I've seen him make over the years.
Great shot.
He picks up some really tough spares.
Put the ball in the perfect spot.
He read the wood just right.
Yep.
All right, going for the fill.
Come on, big fill.
A little full on a head pin again, just puts 5 on it, 15, but that gives him an early lead in the game, but needs more than that. Seaholm takes out 5. He's got 4 horsemen plus a 10. And his ball tailed off to the right for Chris and picks up just a couple more.
Oh, good bid. Good bid.
And 9 box for Parkinson. So Jeremy has a famous video clip. If you look it up, he was on one of the TV shows. I think it was Channel 5. I'm not sure. And he hit the triple strike pull. And when he hit that, Jeremy jumped up. I mean, he almost hit his head on the ceiling. It was something else.
I remember watching a video clip of him when he was young. Like, I think he looked like he was 19 or 20. And just impressive as he is now.
Yeah, he had a very impressive TV debut.
Yeah.
He came in and beat one of the pros in the game and put up some really big scores. And I think he was like 19.
Yeah. I think that's the one that was floating around out there. And it's
Parkinson with a 10 box in box 3 for 34 after 3, down 12 in completed boxes. Jeremy opened it in the 3rd box and just an 8 box, so he's at 37.
Nice try on that one. Still up by 3 though, so close match right now. Very close. Come on.
Chris is just not getting the leaves he really wants. He's throwing a decent ball, but he's getting too many of these funky looking leaves and splits. And that happens.
Just looking at the way he's throwing the ball, he's throwing it the same way he always does too. And it's smooth, it glides well, it's just leaves.
He's got a lot of power in his ball.
He does. Oh,
Jeremy throws a lot of balls, you can't even hear them hit the deck.
so true. It almost looks like his knuckles are about ready to hit the deck.
Oh yeah.
How low he gets and how smooth that ball goes down the lane. Very impressive.
And Seaholm with a 10 box, 47 after 4. Parkinson with an 8 box, 7 box.
Come on.
Again, that was in there, right in there where he wanted it to be, and you get some games like that.
Yep.
I know I came into practice last night. I had one game. I thought it was a good ball, but I had 7 red numbers up there, and 7 splits, and it's just, what are you going to do?
And that's the thing, there's nothing you can do. But once again, it's great practice almost to see that as well when you see those red numbers. Nice ball.
Spare in the 5th
Nice
for Seaholm, and a 10 box. He cleaned it up nicely.
Yes.
And Bob, you are correct in that. I think your numbers are about right. I don't have my calculator.
700.
Yep, we have a good shot of seeing a 700 game here.
76.
76 plus the ball.
Yeah, so he's sitting at 620 right now with the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, 620. So yeah, he needs a bit. Well, he needs a little more, but we'll see how this ball drops.
He's thrown some big halves here.
Oh
So.
my God, it's amazing. And in the same way as what you're talking about with Jeremy too. His glide, you don't even hear the ball touch. It's smooth.
I think Justin has probably the most perfect form in his game. If you watch him on his approach, just absolutely smooth, high in the back, and that's perfect.
Yeah.
That is, If you're going to write a textbook about candlepin bowling, about what you're supposed to do, that would have been the ball.
When you watch the TikTok video that the TikTok girls have put up, and they did put up one with Justin.
And they're on right now, too.
Yeah. And with what they showed in that video, it's textbook in that sense. I try and mirror my approach based on Justin, Bobby Witt, and Jerry. You know, it's got some different style to it.
Look at that. Another double.
Another double.
So I think he's going to do it.
I think you're right, Bob. I think we're going to see a 700 here.
So Taylor put 2 on his spare and ends up with an 8 box for 73 after 7. Waters finished his half with 86.
And he's sitting on.
He's on 2
marks
strikes.
too right now.
He wants that triple.
Yeah.
The thing too with him is he's very, very consistent.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where I know I struggle is I can get a good approach in there, but my body doesn't always do what I wanted to do, and I'll jerk to the left, jerk to the right. And I'm really working on that.
Same.
But Justin is extremely consistent.
Yeah.
And a spare for Taylor. Justin had 7 on his first ball. He's got the 1-7-9 and some wood there, and if he can make that head pin fly over, he's got a shot.
Gets it on the right hand side of the head pin, flies it to the left, and hopefully the ball will carry to the 9. Should do it.
All right,
Oh.
put 9 into Phil. Yeah, I don't know what the house record is for 5 here, but I think we're approaching it right
I
now.
think so too.
So 132 after 7,
What's the house record for 5?
and a 10 box, 142 after 8.
733? Okay. Probably
So
not
the-
going to get there. We're
So
not
according to Danny Finn, the house record for Ryan's Family Amusements in Millis for 5 strings is 733. The single record that we know of is 194 for the men's records.
Yep.
A couple strikes is possible.
Which is true.
And
Come on.
that's
Oh,
an 8 with a wiggly 9 pin.
he can get that though. That can go. That wood could help him out a lot.
I think that wood looks good if you hit it right in the V. And
Yes.
Taylor put up another spare. I'm focused on Justin at the moment. He's there, and he gets
Got
it.
Didn't even need the V.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just the power.
Ball went off the 7 and went right to the 9.
He's a 152 plus the ball.
Yeah.
And Taylor puts up another strike.
Another strike.
On spare, 111 after 9. He's a 121 plus 2 balls. So every game Sean has
So we're
put
at
up.
7. So we're at 700 for Justin right now.
Yeah, Sean's
Is that
every game has
152?
been over 120, and he's on the losing side of this one.
Come on.
There it goes. There it is.
There it is.
Strike on spare, 161 after 9. He's a 170 plus.
Yeah. Crazy. Crazy.
No, he's at 171 plus fills.
Yeah.
Those of you who stuck around for this last string,
160. He's on a 162.
that's 1, 2, 3, 4 strikes in this string. Taylor, fill on strike. Oh, punches out.
Punch. Punch.
2, 3, yep, 5th strike in this string. And that's it for 5. He's not going to have 6. And Taylor puts 6 on his strike for a 127 game.
That's still very impressive too. 127 game. Very impressive.
And a
he filled
strike, 182 for Justin Waters. And we'll get the numbers here. And my friends, that's a new house record.
7. Wow. Guess what? Danny. New house record. You just got it. Nuts.
736 for 5 strings for Justin Waters. That is the new record for this house.
Well, congrats on that.
All right, second half of these matches. Jeremy Seaholm put 7 on his fill for a 64 half.
More strikes than spares. More strikes than spares. Yeah, yeah.
Taylor put up a really strong half.
Nice,
Great spare
nice
by
pickup.
Chris Parkinson.
Nice pickup. Nice pickup on that.
All right, 8 box. for Jeremy
Wait, Chris
Seaholm,
Bowles?
72.
I'd love to see him run this out with strikes.
Oh, yeah.
It would be awesome if he could do that. And he could do it, too, the way he bowls.
He's got a good shot for 600 himself.
Oh, yeah.
I think the match is completely out of reach, but, well, those splits.
Wow. Wow.
He's all over the head pin, and you don't want to change that too much. That's where it gets in your head sometimes. I know with me, when you start doing that, because you're like, okay, I got to stop hitting the head pin a little. And I start missing it a lot. Seaholm goes to wide left of his 4 horseman lead.
Bob, the house record for 5 was 734. Justin just did it with a 736. He just beat it.
All right, 8 box for Parkinson, 74 after 7. Seaholm is at 81 after 7, but he's up against strike or spare strike. So he's got to make this work here.
Ball, come on.
8 on his first. Parkinson has his 4 horsemen left.
So this is close too then right now.
Yeah,
This is really
only
close.
17 pins.
Yeah, but he's still down by 46 at the moment.
Oh, wow.
He needed that.
All right, both missed on their spares by not much. And we're 10 box for Seaholm. So right now, through completed boxes in this game, he's tied with Sean Taylor. But he's up against a 20 box and a 16 box. So he's got a mark here to get to 128.
Yep.
He needs 37 pins. That's not going to help.
Punch. There you go. Come on. Nice ball, Chris.
Parkinson with a 9 now. After 4 strings, Seaholm had a 17-pin lead in total. So he'll win the match as long as he stays close. And, you know,
He needs a
Parkinson.
110.
Parkinson's just happy that this match against
All right. Good mark, Chris.
Waters is over.
Yeah.
And it's early in the season. He doesn't have to face him again until the end of the season.
Exactly.
So he has a chance to accumulate a lot of points and then come back later. All right. 7 box for Seaholm, 98 after that, and he's going to need a double strike. But he wants to keep it within 17 to win the total.
So he needs at least a spare.
Yeah, he's got a spare to keep total.
Yeah, he's got to get that.
And he knows it too. He keeps his numbers in his head.
They're all.
Oh, half Worcester right. It's makeable.
Let's do it.
Parkinson takes out 8. 102 after 9.
9. You got
9. Make it a 9.
Yeah.
So 103 after 9.
He's over 600 too. He's at 612 right now. Come on.
Oh, and lose by 100 pins at 612.
Yeah.
And another spare
Another
for
spare
Parkinson.
for him.
So he's got a shot at a 120 game here.
Yep.
And
I think Jeremy just lost total too.
yeah, he did.
Yeah. It's not gonna be by much either.
All right, a 9 box for Jeremy for a 107. And Parkinson puts 6 on his fill for a 119. All right, so in the 5th games, Taylor's going to pick up 2 points, and Justin's going to sweep for 14-0. And we'll wrap this up here momentarily, but you just saw some phenomenal bowling.
Sean took it by 3 on total.
All right.
Sean got a 619.
All right, so our final.
I'm gonna double check with him.
Okay,
Make
so
sure.
Preliminary scores, we're going to confirm these. In the Waters versus Parkinson match,
Justin Waters threw a 736, picked up all 5 strings for 14 points to Chris Parkinson's 571, and
That's correct.
Sean Taylor picked up 8 points to Jeremy Seaholm's 6 points at 619 to 616, a very close match. So amazing bowling today, gang.
you saw some of the 4 of the best bowlers in the game compete with each other. And thanks for joining us. And We'll see this recording put up on the Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube shortly. Bob will take care of that. And thank you very much for joining us today. Congratulations to the bowlers, and we'll be seeing you at 1 o'clock.
Nice match. Both of you bowled well. I mean,
At Ryan's Family Amusements in Millis, Massachusetts, and today is the first day of the 2023-2024 ACST